A workflow is a system. Systems are important. If done well, they can provide efficiency and security. In the case of a professional wedding photographer, that efficiency comes in raising your hourly rate, and that security comes in the form of ensuring you do not do the unimaginable. Lose your couple's photos. It gives us nightmares just thinking about it. Systems can be replicated, so after every wedding day you photograph, you do the same process, and this becomes your post-wedding day workflow. The more weddings you shoot, the more you'll be able to refine your workflow. Like, maybe you prefer to download all of your cards as soon as you get home after the wedding day, or maybe you prefer to do it the next morning over a cup of coffee. You'll find the nuances of what works best for you, but we recommend the following to assure great results. First, download all of your raw files on your cards to your working drive, whether it be your computer's internal or external drive. Now back up all of those files to a separate drive. You can do this step a second time if you need that extra little peace of mind. Put that backup drive or drives somewhere safe, separate from where you store your working drive. This may be the most important part. You need that redundancy if something were to go wrong with one of your drives. This way you know you're in the clear by having all of your wedding day images backed up. Never get complacent. Always back up your images. Next, sort out preview or teaser images. We suggest anywhere from 20 to 50 images. Include some ceremony, bride and groom portraits, wedding party, bridesmaids, groomsmen, family, first dance, and any other images you think your couple might be excited to see. They should all be total bangers. Now quickly edit those images, export them, upload them to the online gallery, send it to your couple, encouraging them to share it with their family and friends. If you could pull this off during the wedding day, or that same evening, or even the next day, that's awesome. The quicker you are, the more excited your couple will be. But this absolutely has to happen within the first 48 hours. Now share the best of those images on your social media platforms. Anyone who attended the wedding day or knows the couple will be pumped to see the images so soon. They may still be riding the high from an amazing wedding day. You have to strike when the iron is hot, so to speak. Now you want to work on sorting the entire wedding day. We suggest using a program called Photo Mechanic for sorting, as Lightroom has a tendency to be too slow if not optimized properly. We suggest arranging all of the images by capture time and work your way through the wedding day chronologically. We feel this is the simplest way to organize thousands of images. Your first pass can be very quick, getting rid of any clearly unusable images, those that are out of focus, blurry, under or overexposed, and those that you just deem unacceptable. On your second pass, choose only images you feel will make it in your client's final wedding day gallery, being a little more precise this time around. You'll be deciding the number of images you would like to include. Most that are just starting out with wedding photography tend to include way too many images. Don't overdo it. It could result in an overwhelming sensation for your couples and also be overwhelming for you, as you're most likely going to be the one having to edit all of those images. So you know, I guarantee a minimum of 600 images on a 10-hour wedding day. Next is editing. You should be familiar with Adobe Lightroom at this point, so we're just going to give you a brief summary of our editing process. First, import the sorted images. Select all, add to quick collection. Making sure the images are arranged correctly, view, sort, capture time. Okay, now you're ready to get into the develop module. Here's what we do with every image. Apply desired preset. We use our own user presets and are constantly tweaking them to industry standards to keep our work looking fresh. This applies to both color and black and whites. Adjust crop overlay just to make sure the composition is perfect and everything is straight. Make sure it's locked to keep that same aspect ratio. Adjust exposure. Do any necessary spot removal. A rule of thumb is to leave it if it's always there. If it's temporary, remove it. Think of this as a freckle versus a blemish. We also do our best to remove any unsightly items like light switches, outlets, exit signs, any lint marks on clothing, but we only do this if it's a very quick task. Hopefully by taking those few extra seconds before pressing that shutter button to be aware of your surroundings during the wedding day will keep you from spending more time on those kind of things during the editing process. Then do any necessary adjustment brush that's needed, like soften skin, whiten teeth, burn and dodge. Now on to the next image and repeat. There are of course ways to do this process more efficiently, but we want to simply communicate the fundamentals of our effective editing process. Once you've edited all of the wedding images, you'll need to export them. Now, we've seen a lot of debate about the proper or best way to export your images. Guys, don't get hung up on this. For all intents and purposes, it really doesn't matter all that much. Just make sure the quality is high, set a resolution of 300 ppi with a decent image size, and that's good enough. Now, we use a program called JPEG Mini that reduces the file size, but not the quality of the images, to save on drive space, and allows us to have quicker upload and website blog load times. You may be using an online gallery that allows you to export directly to there. If not, no worries. Once your images have finished exporting, you can then upload to the respective online gallery. Most online gallery software has similar features, so whichever one you use, this should apply. We recommend creating separate sets or collections for each unique part of the wedding day: getting ready or prep, ceremony, family, wedding party, portraits, and reception. However each particular wedding day unfolds, you can create corresponding sets to match. This will make it easier for your clients to navigate through the hundreds of images they're going to receive. Please look over the gallery to make sure everything is as it should be. Spelling, date, settings, most importantly all, the images are perfect before sending it off to your couples. Now the next part feels great, delivering the gallery to your clients. Now we're actually going to give you some leeway here. Depending on how you're going to be setting yourself apart, your delivery method may differ. The easiest method that many professional photographers do is to send a link of the entire wedding gallery right to their couples. This makes sense if your couples don't live within a reasonable travel distance. As an example, we've had couples that returned to their home on another continent after the wedding day, so having over to a studio to show them their images obviously wasn't possible. Because you may be near the start of your journey and most likely won't have a studio space to present the wedding day images to your couples. Taking a look back at the history of photography deliverables, we see that before digital was the norm, the only deliverables were hard copies, physical prints. Then, with early digital came the burning of CDs and DVDs with the image files on them that clients would receive their images that way. We see USBs are still commonplace in 2020, but we expect that to go by the wayside very soon. With that in mind, we suggest sticking strictly to an online gallery other than any physical products you'll be selling that are included in your packages for your deliverables. Once your clients are able to see their amazing wedding photos, you have the opportunity to sell them products, essentially albums and prints. Now you may have been savvy and sold them on packages that include some products early on. If so, good for you. Either way, here's the opportunity to sell them more. Most online gallery software allows you to create a store that's directly linked to each couple's gallery. This is a great place to start. You can refer the Selling Your Work module for more on packages and products. To break it down for you, here's the wedding day workflow as 10 easy steps. 1. Download. 2. Backup. 3. Previews. 4. Share. 5. Short. 6. Edit. 7. Export. 8. Gallery. 9. Deliver. Last but not least, sell. You're going to need to find your own personal balance between efficiency and perfection. Having a solid workflow will help you find it.